So welcome back, everyone. And this is actually the final link building strategy of the course. I actually saved the best for last. I think you're actually going to enjoy this strategy that I have for you guys, and you might have to watch the video a couple of times to really understand it and digest the strategy, but it's definitely well worth it. But the thing with this strategy is you're going to have a second asset or second website in your industry. So if you're like in the health industry, you want to have a secondary health website because this strategy is designed around having another website that you can use as a leverage to build links to your main website. So I'm just going to walk you through the strategy here, and then we're going to go into a couple examples of how this strategy actually works. So at the top here, you have reach out to a writer from an authority website. So for this strategy is you're going to find an authority website that you want to get a link from. So in our case, I'm going to show you like a Huffington Post example and then a Forbes.com example, because these are two authority websites that they have multiple categories that they talk about. So Huffington Post, it talks about anything from money to health and wellness, even to parenting. So this is a good example. These are some good examples that I can show you in terms of the type of authority website that you really want to find some of these writers on. So the next part of the thing is you're going to ask them if they would like to publish content on your website. So as I explained in a previous video, is most of the people that are writing for these high tier websites are freelance writers. So what you will want to do is you want to leverage knowing that to your benefit. And the thing about these writers, they actually they're always looking for other websites to write on, because their whole thing is they want to increase their writing portfolio. So basically, you're gonna find a writer that is writing on Huffington Post or Forbes that is in your same industry, and it's important that the writer is actually in your same industry because you want to make everything relevant in terms of how this strategy is actually executed. And so basically, you're finding the writer in their industry, and then you're outreaching to them, and basically you're asking them if they want to publish content for your website. So after you do that, content gets published on website B. So what website B is? Website B is a website that is your secondary website that you have in your industry. So for example, you have your main authority website. That's the website that you care about. That's the website that you want to build links to. And really, that's really your money making asset that like you're generating a lot of affiliate commissions, and this is a website that you want to build up and basically grow. So your website B is just actually a simple website that you created that's relevant to your main website. It can have like just maybe 10 or 11 articles published on it, and really like a nice appearance, but nothing crazy. Just to make sure it's when somebody wants to write on it, it looks attractive for them to write on. And that's really your goal here, is you want to use it as leverage to get links to website A, which is your authority website. So after you reach out to them, and then they say yes, they want to publish content on your site. So you publish the content on your site, and then after that, after they publish maybe a couple articles on your site, and they have their they reference a couple of their other articles, and they have their author box, then you want to send out another email to them and asking them, okay, so I know that you write for Huffington Post or Forbes.com, and I wanted to see if you needed any other article topics that you wanted to publish on your website. So what this does is they're always freelance writers are always looking for other topics that they want published on these main authority sites, because people run out of ideas. So if you're asking them, okay, is there any other topics you want to write about, but you don't have the article ready yet, you're actually going to be, and that goes to this other part, is you're going to provide them, after they say, yes, I have these topics, here are some topic ideas that I want to write about. What you're going to do is you're going to provide them with that article. And included in that article, you're going to include a link to your authority website. So basically, like to explain everything is these people you outreach from your website B, which that's the website that they know that you own. But when you write the article for them to get published on their get published on the authority site, then they don't know that you own our website A. And that's the beauty of the strategy, because you're actually getting a link from the website that you wanted to in the first place, but they don't actually know that you own that website, which makes it like beneficial, because it's not like something that you're trying to manipulate or anything, because they don't even know that you own website A. And then after they say yes, and then they go through some revisions and they get the article published, now you have a nice authoritative link on your main authority website there. And that's what you want. So this strategy is built around getting authoritative links on high quality websites without them knowing that you even own the site. And that's the actual beauty of the strategy. And then I just have a table of contents here which explains, just so like everybody is clear, website A is your main authoritative website, and then website B is your secondary website that you created just for them to publish content on and publish their links. So basically you're adding value to them because they're getting another website that they can publish their own content on. They're getting exposure, and then you're getting the link back to your main website for basically just helping them out and getting more coverage, which is amazing. So I'm just going to go into some examples here. I'm going to start with Huffington Post. So I have Huffington Post put up here, and then I'm just going to go in this block right here. And as you can see, like Huffington Post has a lot of different topics, anything from news, entertainment, to politics, to life, special projects. So they have a lot of different topics that people can write about on Huffington Post. So for this example, I'm just going to go to the parenting category. And then this strategy is all about just finding writers in your category to do this strategy for. So in this case, I'm just going to click on the first article here. I don't know who writes for it. So this is actually the author of this article. Her name's Carolina. So we're going to click on her name. And then just like in the last example that I showed you, she has a Twitter account here. So you can probably get her contact information from the Twitter account. If not, like I showed you in a previous article, you're just going to search for their name in Google. And then basically after searching for their name, you're going to reach out to them via email. And I have this email template here. And once you reach out to them and find them, and this is the email that you're going to reach out to. So it's very simple. It's the subject line is one to write for our website. And then you're going to say, hey, first name. And then you're going to tell them about your site B, the one that you own, and you're going to describe what your site B is about. And then you're just going to say, I'm a big fan of your article that you write on, in this case, Huffington Post, and would be honored for you to write a few articles on our website. So you will be able to reference other articles that you've published in the past, along with having an author bio for each article that you write. This should be able to give you some nice free publicity. So for this email, it's all about talking about how can you benefit them. And that's the one thing you want to do when you're building any type of relationship, is like you want to ask yourself, how can you do something to benefit somebody else? Because that's the mindset you have to have when it comes to like building links or even building like a brand. Is like you want to help people out naturally first, and then they'll naturally reciprocate based on since you reached out to them and helped them out first. So you're going to send them that email, and then after you send them that email and they say, yes, I want to publish a few articles, you get a few articles published on your website B. This is your secondary website. And then after that happens, then you're going to send out another handy dandy email after they have a couple articles published. And you're going to just say, similar to the other email that we've written before, hey, first name, I've enjoyed the first 3 articles that you've written for my website so far. I wanted to know if you needed any topics for Huffington Post, and I would love to help you out. So basically you're just saying like, do you need any articles? Like, I know you write a lot for the site, and I want to help you out a little bit just because you've published content for me. And then you're just going to say, if you do, let me know, and I will get an article drafted up so that you can get it published on Huffington Post. Your readers will love it. And like I said, in the article that you send them, you're going to include your reference to, your authority, a link to your authority article, and you want it relevant to your the article that you have published on your authority site. And then you're just going to include other reference links that make sense. So it looks like a natural article, and you just don't have one link in the article. You just want to have other authoritative links that are relevant to your industry or relevant to the actual article that you have. So that's a little bit about this strategy, and I'm just going to show you another one from Forbes, since Forbes is another publication that has a lot of different topics that you can write about. So on Forbes, you have like these topics: innovation, leadership, money, consumer, industry, lifestyle. And then let's go for lifestyle. Let's go for travel. Let's do travel for lifestyle. And then as you can see, it's going to come up, and then there's going to be other writers as well. So I'm going to just click on a random article, and you should be able to find different writers. So here's like a contributor right here, and basically just a contributor for the site. And then like same strategy as we used before, we're going to find his name in Google, and then we're going to reach out to him and then ask him if he wants to publish content on your website B. So really that's a strategy in a nutshell. It's super simple. It is kind of complicated, so I'm going to run over it again real quick, and then we're going to wrap up this section, and then we're going to go into monetization strategies of how you can actually bring all this together and actually start making money from your authorities, from your affiliate website. So as I explained before, you reach out to a writer from an authority website, that being like Forbes, Huffington Post, Inc.com. Ask them if they would like to publish content on your website. So basically you're going to ask them to publish content on your website B, which website B is your secondary website that you have in your industry from your authority website. And then content gets published on website B. So now you have content from them that they gave you to publish. And then after a couple articles get published on your website B, you're going to ask them if they need any topics to write about on the authority website that they write about. After that happens, once they say, yes, I do, here's the topics that I want you guys to write about, you provide them with, basically you're providing them with a drafted up article, and the drafted up article includes a link to your main authority website, which in this case we're calling website A. And then after that article gets published and get reviewed and revised, you get a quality link back to website A, which is your main authority website. And now you have a link from a high profile website. And really that's the strategy. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.